So you're a team manager or coordinator. Now what? This video is an overview of first steps and things you need to know to get started. The first thing you need to ask yourself is, do you need to recruit a team or did the team recruit you? The first step to get going is print and post copies of the challenge overviews if you need to recruit a team. Posting these in your school or community will help you recruit your team members. Second, get access to your DI program materials either by waiting for the hard copy booklet or by going to the resource area after you've purchased one or more of your DI team members. If you need help with accessing the resource area, please watch the Navigating the Websites video from this online training series. Once you have access, print copies of the challenges or make copies electronically available to your students. You could use Google Drive or Dropbox to share the challenges electronically. Using an electronic sharing mechanism will be useful later when you're having them share script drafts with each other. 3. Schedule a meeting or several for introductory purposes. Introduce the students to each other and to the DI program. Please use the Destination Imagination Challenge Program presentation to introduce the program to your students. 4. Grouping students into teams can happen one of several ways. Self-selected, some kids will bring friends and then pick a challenge. Some will be grouped by the challenge they want to participate in, and other students will want to change groups after instant challenge or other warm-up activities or after learning more about the challenges. Try initially grouping the students somewhat randomly so kids who don't know each other can work together with several groupings. 5th, set your DI calendar. Find all the routine conflicts for your students, music lessons, other activities, etc., to establish meeting days and times. 60 to 90 minutes a week is average, but competitive teams might meet for 90 to 120 minutes a week. Early meetings can be shorter, with some later meetings needing more time depending on the activity, prop construction, shopping trips, painting, etc. Let all of your team members and parents know the training and tournament dates immediately. That way conflicts can be addressed early on. One of the worst things that can happen is that a key team member is going to have to leave on vacation the day before a tournament. You can find the Iowa DI calendar on the Create Iowa website. 6. Collect permission slips early. Your team formation needs to be complete before your teams start solving their challenges. Once students contribute to the solution, they are part of the team and must appear on the team roster. Please review the Rules of the Road, page 224, for more information. If the team recruited you, then you will follow the same steps but for slightly different reasons. For example, you are posting the challenge previews and sharing the challenges to make challenge selection easier rather than recruiting team members. In the introduction to your DI program materials, there is a quick start guide. On page 4 of that guide, list 6 essential rules of the road topics that you must know better than your team. Interference. There is a reason this is first. The interference rule is only team members may contribute ideas and create the team challenge and the team choice element solutions. Help from non-team members, including the team manager, is called interference. An example of interference is if 2 team members are trying to join 2 things together, and you, as the team manager, say, "Have you tried using duct tape?" Now they cannot use duct tape due to your interference. You may ask, "What have you tried? How did that work? Can you think of anything better to use? What are some other adhesives?" and other open-ended questions. The challenge details. Make sure your team understands the detailed components of their team challenge. To help with the central challenge, read the challenge carefully with your team. It is perfectly fine to read it with them, but it is best to have them read it out loud while you listen. That way you can avoid interference through overemphasis of certain areas. Clarifications. The DI motto is, if the rules don't say you can't, you can. However, from time to time, teams or Destination Imagination Inc., DII, feel the need to ask or issue a clarification. General clarifications are for all teams and issued by DII. Team-specific clarifications are questions about your team's unique challenge, and these questions are asked to the International Challenge Masters. Careful wording is essential. Can we versus do the rules say we can't? Instant challenge. Instant challenge is very critical. It makes up 25% of your total score at tournament. For team building and sometimes as an idea generation tool, you can do these for practice. You never know where your ideas will come from. To help with Instant Challenge, you should practice, practice, practice. Check out the Create Iowa IC library for free practice ICs. Tournament rules. Your team will be expected to follow the procedural rules for all DI tournaments. Check out the Create Iowa tournament policies for Iowa-specific rules. For example, it is good to know early on that your tournament site has a zero weapons policy before your team decides to portray Army Rangers on a rescue mission in their skit. Scoring. Your team will need to understand the difference between subjective and objective scores, what raw versus scaled scores mean, and how and why deductions are assessed. Please note that some elements are required but not scored, such as the team sign. It is important to know how the points are divided for each element of a challenge to help your teams decide where to devote their practice time and energy. Questions? Feel free to reach out to us or visit our websites for more information. Thank you.